Alrighty, we should be live. So, in today's stream, I'm going to be finishing off this article that I've been working on the last, on last stream, I guess. And I am going to do these exercises. I'll go quickly through this article just to see if there's anything I want to add to my notes, and then I think we should be done this lesson, and then we can go on to this memory card project, which will take up easily the rest of the stream and probably into next stream. So I'm gonna do these. Yeah, I'll just do these exercises. Get the timer started. The to-do list below displays a list of to-dos. When the show only active to-dos checkbox is clicked, completed to-dos are not displayed. Regardless of which to-dos are visible, the footer displays the count of to-dos that are not yet completed. Simplify this component by removing unnecessary state. Okay, sure. That's not too bad. So we can fork this guy. So we have these use effects here. So which to-dos do we not, which states do we not need? So we've got active to-dos, visible to-dos, and to-dos. Footer. The footer text can probably be calculated. Where's the, wait, is the footers even being used? Footer, set footer. Oh. No, you can just return that, I think. So we have a new to-do on add text tag. Okay, so this is this. Hey anime, how's it going? I'm doing pretty well. You know, happy hump day. You know, it's been a good week so far. I hope you've been doing well. I'm just doing these effects, use effect hook exercises. So this one's about simplifying an implementation of a to-do list. Okay, so I think the first thing we can do probably is remove this use effect completely, right? So we can put, instead of this, we can just put the footer like directly in here, right? And then we can just do active to-dos.length, to-dos left, right? And then get rid of that. I think that'll be fine. So now if I like add a to-do, I don't know how to actually like change which are active and which are not. Oh, input type checkbox, go active. I guess maybe the you are first anime. I literally just started streaming like 2 minutes ago. You got here right at the beginning. Set visible to-dos. Show active to-dos, active to-dos. I feel like I could put these in the same use effect. What project am I working on? I'm doing these exercises. So at the end of this, I'm learning the use effect hook in React. So there's 4 example exercises. So I'm just working through them, and yeah, and then I'm gonna go through this article, write some notes, and then I'm gonna be starting this memory card project, which is essentially like a memory card game, kind of like Simon Says. So that's the next project. I'll probably get to that later in the stream. So that's the agenda for day 68. So exciting things ahead. Okay, so let's see. Where are the visible? Where are the crossed off to-dos set? That's what I want to know. So there's like a list somewhere, right? To-dos. Ah, here it is. Create to-do. Return ID. Text completed. So create to-dos. And then we get the to-dos from that. I'm just trying to understand how this code works. Right. So we do that. On add create to do. And then these are, what's a memory card game? I'll show you. So basically, like, you know how like so this is an example. So if we go to the student solution here, I'll actually open it on a new tab. So basically you get these characters, right? And then what you have to do is you have to click on a character, and then the different characters will shuffle. So like, let's say I click on this guy, all the characters will shuffle, right? Even though he stayed in the same spot. And then you have to remember which characters you have clicked on and which ones you haven't. And then if you don't, then you lose. Like if I click on this guy again, then my score goes back to 0. See? So if we click on Wally and then Captain Grime and then Toadstool, Sasha, this guy, Sundew, Polly Planter. You get the idea though. I think I can like complete this actually. Which ones have we not done? And then there's like one more. There. See, so I beat the game because there's only 12 cards. So now any of these ones that I click, I'll lose because the top score is the number of cards. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's kind of just like it's just a basic memory card game. Anyway, let's get back to it here. Set visible to do, show active. Okay, so there was something about, let's see what the hint says. If you can calculate something during rendering, you don't need an effect. Yeah, so I feel like I can just put this in some sort of function. So on change set show active. Where's that function? Set show active. I don't know where that function defined. Oh, it's here. I don't think I actually need this. Set active to-dos. So I can recapitulate this into here. So instead of having this guy, I can do, so I can keep that state. So visible to-dos dot map to do, and then that changes the visible to-dos, right? I'm just trying to figure out the difference between the active and the set show active. Oh, I see here. Set visible to-dos. I feel like I could just get like a toggle on that. Like I could just do some sort of function, like function toggle to-dos, and then I can say set show active to show, and then I can do set show active to show, or yeah. And then I can change the visible to-dos inside of this function. And then I can get rid of this useEffect. And then I can put this here. I think this might. Okay, so that almost works, but it doesn't show all the to-dos to begin with. So I need to initially show them. Inlay hints request failed. I don't know what that means. I think I could probably also put this in here too. And then I could probably put this guy in here too. And then, okay, so then I need to run this toggle to-dos function to false or something at the very beginning. Or maybe that doesn't work because there's, oh, because this is a, right. And then I need to run that initially, right? I could say, I could do this. This is kind of, we could do a useEffect like this. We could do useEffect, and then we can just do, oh, and then put ignore as true. Or something like that. Okay. Now it's not letting me click this. Wonder if this is because... maybe this isn't the right way of doing it. Let's see what the solution says. Ah, okay. So just export, put everything into a const, I see. Right, because you can calculate, that makes sense. That's fair. No, that's not gonna work. Need to get rid of this toggle function. Show active, set show active. Yo, what's up, Jay? No, oh, because of, how did this do this? Wasn't it in the stream we explained the memory card? You mind explaining it again? Oh, sure. Just a second. Oh, that's the, right. That's the, so I need to define this earlier. And then I need to put, visible to-dos here. No, that's not right. Active to-dos, visible to-dos. Oh. Got this backwards. That's confusing. Oh, shit. What the hell? Not access visible to do. Oh, right. There. Good. Okay. Good. That's done. That was kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, let me go through it. It's basically just, it's just like a, remember, it's kind of like Simon says, it's like you have to remember like which character you clicked, right? And if you click the same character more than once, then your score goes to 0. But as you click more and more unique characters, your score increases. And then if you click on the same character again, it goes down to 0. It's pretty simple. So, okay, let's go to number 2. That one was kind of tricky. Cache a calculation, right? In this example, filtering the to-dos is extracted into a separate function called get visible to-dos. This function contains a console log call inside of it, which helps you notice when it's being called. Toggle show only active to-dos, and notice that it causes get visible to-dos to rerun. This is expected because visible to-dos change when you toggle. Your task is to remove the effect that recomputes the visible to-dos in the to-do list component. However, you need to make sure that get visible to-dos does not rerun when you type into the input. Okay, so we can naively remove the, okay, so let's see. Recomputes visible to-dos in the to-do list component. Let's pull up the console. So this useEffect is happening whenever the to-dos or the show active changes, right? Because that's what it's listening to. Can you briefly explain what the effect does and give an example of it in action? Well, basically my understanding of useEffect is that it allows a React component to synchronize with an external API or some other external source, whether it's like something that's not related to another React component, right? So, for instance, if you have, let me see. Basically, if you have like, let's say you have this chat, let's say you have an API that connects you to a chat room, or some sort of library that connects you to a chat room. Basically, using useEffect is like a listener, right? So if any of these dependencies change, for example, if you change if the server URL or the room ID changes, then a connection will be established and it will connect via this create connection API from this chat.js function. And then this is what's called a cleanup function. So when useEffect runs, it runs this cleanup function first to disconnect any connection that was previously existing, and it establishes a new connection based on the new server URL and room ID. So whenever the component re-renders this useEffect, at least this is my understanding, is this reruns when these dependencies change. Yeah, it is the first time, anime. And I'm just doing these exercises kind of to gain an understanding of how this works, because I don't know, I'm kind of rusty on it. But that's kind of it's exactly right. There we go. I thought that was kind of a mid explanation, but I did a lot of today was training day at work. Like once every 2 weeks we have a day where we do yeah, it's a state listener. Yeah, once every 2 weeks we have a day where we do training. So I had to do 4 hours of training today, and I'm training to get a Microsoft cert, and it was just draining me. I'll check my Discord at the next break. Dang, kind of not good understanding of user. Wait, are you saying that that's my understanding is not good, or you don't understand it well? I also just started learning this 2 days ago, so, you know. Okay, what did I want to do? Remove the effect that recomputes the visible to-dos in the to-do list component. However, you need to make sure that get visible to-dos does not rerun. Oh, your understanding. Got you. Well, if you can learn alongside me, anime. But yeah, no, if you think about it, I think it just as a listener for side effects, it kind of simplifies it, I think, right? Because if you have something like an event if you have something like an event, like a browser event or something like that, that technically isn't an external thing because you can use an event listener. So there's a lot of, at least what I was learning is when you use event listeners, you don't need to use useEffect. I mean, my understanding there is not crystal clear, but that's kind of like makes sort of sense. Because, I mean, an event listener is already a listener. So using a useEffect as a listener for an event listener that already listens to events, like DOM events, doesn't really make sense. Because then you're kind of like, at least in my head, you're kind of combining two listeners when you only need one listener. Because that's what an event listener does. It listens for that event. Anyway, it's kind of confusing, but like that's kind of I think why they say not to use useEffect for event handle or yeah, like DOM events and stuff like that. Okay, so we wanted to get rid of this. I feel kind of like scatterbrained today a little bit. Set show active, set visible to dos. Let's go back here, and then this was logging get visible to dos. From where though? Oh, get visible to dos. And then that's called inside of where? Oh, inside of here. I see. Okay. Still not clarified on the external events. So, like, let me put it this way. Let's say you have, I actually have to think about this for a second. Also has to do with SSR. DOM events aren't available until it reaches the client. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you. Server-side rendering. Yeah, because DOM events are inherently on the client, right? Like, there's no DOM events that trigger on the server. That wouldn't make sense. But basically, it allows you, Animate, to interact with an external API, right? Or something like that. So if something inside of your component state changes, then using a useEffect, you can cause that to trigger some sort of external code. So it's almost like a listener for internal state changes. But it can also listen for state changes that are external as well. So if you're fetching data from an API or something, for instance, then the useEffect will kind of listen. I think, I don't know. I'm not 100% on that actually, but it's something like that. It's essentially like a synchronization function for between a React component and like the external world, quote unquote, like other code, basically. That's not in React. Set visible to dos. Yeah, exactly. I'm struggling to see how I just delete this. Your task is let's see the hint. Oh, one solution is to add a useMemo to cache the visible to dos. Right, I could do that. Okay, there was a way of using useMemo. I'm just gonna do that because there's a useMemo. I wrote that here. So then it was like, we can say something like this. We can say const visible to dos equals like useMemo, and then like return get filtered or get visible to dos, and then show active, and then put those two as dependencies in here, right? And then get rid of this useEffect. So that should work, right? Oh, I need to import useMemo. That's why. Okay. So now this should, let's see. Oops. Yeah, so it doesn't change when the good. I think it'll call twice. Actually, I don't know why it's calling twice. useMemo has dependencies. Yeah. Okay, so that's I just used the useMemo solution. So yeah, useMemo is that kind of has that caching. I will at the break. Just don't be impatient, please. I will at the break. Okay, so let's yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so that's done basically. All right, I'll look at the Discord. I want to see kind of what the other solution is though. Remove the state variable and effect instead use, yeah, okay, so that was the other one. So that was the visible to-dos is useMemo. That's basically what we had. And then there's also another solution which does not use useMemo since the text state variable can't possibly affect. You extract the new to-do from a separate component and move the text or new to-do form into a separate component. And use the text state variable inside of it. Ah, okay. And then that puts that here. And then that kind of then change, so then this doesn't change every time the to-dos changes or the show active, right? So extracting the visible to, or extracting the text into its own, the text state into its own component then does not decouples the updating from the main to-do list. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so I'll take a 5-minute break here. So, sorry guys, I just have to deal with something a little off stream here. No worries, you're ordering groceries. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. It's just real life stuff. There's some real life stuff that's happening because related to the move and whatnot. So It's a lot of stuff happening. You know, it is what it is. Alright, break's almost over. I just actually, I think I need to do something really quick. I need to get a number from somebody. Hold on. Need to get his. Let me go over here. Sorry guys, I will be back in 1 sec. It's morning where you are? No, it's evening anime. Sorry, I just have to do real life stuff for a second. My apologies. Actually, no, wait, I think it's something I can check here. It actually hasn't happened yet on stream, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just trying to move and shit, so. Wait, seriously, no email there? Okay, whatever, it's not a big deal. It's so bright? Yeah, it's, I have a west-facing window and the sun's setting. The sun doesn't set until almost, I want to say like 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m., something like that. Okay, let me go over here. Okay, alright, we should be good now. Let's get back to it. Sorry about that, guys. You're gonna style it as well? For which? These exercises? No, probably not. Okay. I'm just trying to get the functionality out of the I'm just trying to do what the exercise is saying, basically. The edit contact component receives a contact object shaped like ID, name, email, and the saved contact prop. Try editing the name and email input fields. When you press save, the context button above updates to the edit. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I got you. Oh, and then you can put different contacts in here. Ah, okay. When you select, so what's left? I have this one. I have this challenge. There's 2 more challenges left. So this is challenge 3 out of 4. Reset state without effects. Because just as much as learning what use effects are, I think it's been kind of identified within the React community. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on this, but it's kind of been identified in the React community, at least from what I can learn on this, that people often overuse use effect. So this whole article is about how in certain situations where you think you might need use effect, but you actually don't. So that's kind of like it's refactoring code to not need use effect, which is actually important because it oftentimes simplifies the code and optimizes it. Because use effect is expensive, or can be. At least that's my understanding, at least. Let's see. When you select a contact with the buttons at the top, the form resets to reflect the contact details. This is done with an effect inside edit contact. Remove this effect. Find another way to reset the form. Okay. So let's do this here. So our use effect hook is where? Edit contact. Right here. I don't know why. I can't just. Okay, so when we press the save button, I don't know why. ID save contact.id, name is name, email is email. I don't know why we can't just set it to. Like, I don't know why we need to set the name and set the email every single time. Like, I don't know why we can't just do it like this. So, okay, so we have this label. Then we have the e.target value here. Like, I don't understand why we even need it. Like, does this, let's just see if this just works without it. Yeah, like, it literally just works without it. Oh, but then it doesn't update. Ah, okay. I see. It doesn't update based on these. Doesn't update the value of the inputs, right? Contact lists. Okay, so now if I do this, then it updates. Yeah, okay, so. Contact lists. UL contact submap LA key button on select. Yeah, then it needs to set the value. Okay, so what exactly was the use effect doing? Saved contact.name, set email, save contact. Okay, yeah. So when we change the contact list, it's I guess we could pass it as a prop, right? Oh yeah, I guess it already is being passed, right? LI key button, contact ID, select ID, contact name. Yeah, so it's not updating the. Oh, chat loaded first try. Nice. What's the on save prop doing? I don't know. So on save is calling. Oh, it's. I don't know. Is on save a function? It's got to be a function somewhere. Contact manager. Half the trick of this is just figuring out where these functions are. I can't see on save anywhere except for it being called here. Because we'd want to save it to. I would assume it's in contact list somewhere, right? But it isn't. App. I hate this formatting too. This is gross. We have handle save. Oh, on save is handle save right here. So basically, when we call on save in this function with the updated data, it rewrites the contacts object, which is stored within the app, I think. right here, and as this object or state. So it's kind of like a passed function, as passed down as props, right? The only problem is when we change, yeah. So no, that I got you. But the thing is when we change the, so this does work, because if I save here, this will turn to test, and then this will turn to test. But the only problem is if I make an edit here, like if I put like my name, right? So we're like half of the way there just by deleting the effect. But now when we change what contact we're selected, the input fields don't update properly. Which is the one thing which maybe we handle inside of the contact list. Button on clicked is on select, but then maybe we do something somewhere with the I don't know how we pass state to the edit contact or something like that, because we have the, or wait, what's in the app? We have the contact list here, and then the edit contact, which is this section. But I'm not sure, because we passed the selected contact there. Not selected contact is contacts.find. So you basically have to listen for when the user changes the selected contact. Exactly, that's basically it. And then update the values of, because these props aren't changing when I click on different, but I have to do that without a useEffect, right? Which is like what I'm struggling with, because the set name and the set email aren't changing on the, I guess I can, I just need to, because I need to somehow access the state of edit contact in here. So contact ID. Selected ID is selected ID on select ID. Set select ID. Oh, so maybe I pass it down here. Maybe I pass down the state here. Set selected ID. So it's the selected ID, but then I can get the contact of that, right? So I can pass it down. So I can do contacts. Or selected contact. Oh, that's what I'm passing down anyway. Okay, so that's useless. But then this doesn't update every time. It's hard to see some of the code because of the chat overlay. Yeah. Here, wait, what if I did it? What if I moved the preview over to this side? Because I normally have my code on the... Oh, shit. Hold on. Preview... I want to move the preview over here. Move the app, like, on this side here. Oh shit, what did I do? This is a mess. Ah, okay. I don't know how this works. Open up a new preview. Oh, it didn't fix anything. Move the edit contact. This side. There we go. That's better. That should be easier now. I got you. I'm just like, I don't know, partially because I'm tired, but also just brain not working today. There we go. Yeah, I thought that would be better. Yeah, no worries. So basically what I'm thinking is the saved contact, which updates the name in the email fields, is passed as a prop from the main app, right? Right here. And that filters from the contacts list right here. However, when we change the contact, it doesn't update the, because I removed the useEffect, right? And I forget exactly, maybe there was something in here. Maybe I can like also check my notes too. Chaining multiple effects, where was it? If there's a situation where a child is passing data to its parent, put the data within the parent instead. That's kind of what we already have. Use the hook useSync external store. I don't know if that is something. I can do. useSync external store. But I don't think that makes sense, because sometimes your components need to subscribe to some data outside of the React app. It's not outside of the React stuff, though. Passing data. The child component fetches data, then passes to the parent. If data, on fetch data, const data. In React, data flows. Yeah, so we already have it passed as a prop down to the child, which we have here. The saved contact is passed. So I guess I'm not sure why. I guess I could just put the, because that would cause an infinite loop, though. If I just put the set here, if I put set name and set email here, it would just cause an infinite loop. So that's not the way to do it either. So I need to somehow trigger set name and set email in the contact list when I click on a button. So on select, and then I need to trigger the set name and set email of the edit contact. Right? So I wonder if I actually pull this state up into the parent. But see, that's kind of weird, though. I don't know. Is that actually how it works? Okay. So I pull this state outside of the child. And then maybe pass it setters or something like that, right? Saved contact, or I think so. It's confusing me right now. Yeah, that's fair. Saved contact. Oh, no. I just do it like this. So set name, e.target value, but I need to somehow set the, so I'll say saved contact.name, saved contact email. Oh yeah, because set name and set, these are not defined now. Then I need to pass these up to the parent. It is confusing. And then on save, it updates the data. I guess it doesn't hurt to have the data. Value, save contact.name. Try putting the use state back. That might be all you need on the edit contact. Maybe. Yeah. Sure, it might be. But then I think it's going to be desynced with the, because then the value is not going to be right. For the text inputs, the value is not going to be right. I don't think. Yeah, because now I can't edit the value because the value is the save contact.name, but the on change is this. However, what if I just did, no, that's not, Yeah, that's the tricky part. See what I'm saying? So I need to pull this state up to the parent and then somehow pass setters into the child so that the child can then mutate the parent state or something like that, right? So I could do something like that. I could do something like this. Like we can write a function. Let me see. Or do I even have local state? Because yeah, we on save here. Okay, I give up. Let's see what a hint. It'd be nice if there was a way to tell React that when save contact ID is different, then edit contact form is conceptually. Ah, yeah. Okay, so that's why. Okay, I see now. You have to use a key. You have to use a key because then when you use a key, then this refreshes, right? Although wait a second. Oh yeah, this works except it doesn't. You can't edit the forms. Okay, so that's fine. So I actually need to do. I need to do that. So I'll do name. Yeah. So I just need to give it a key. That's literally it. I forgot about that. Okay, that's fair. So then I can give it a key based on the name or something. Selected contact .id maybe. And then now if I edit this. Nice. Okay, that was it. That was it. It was initialized with save contact on name anyway, so you can put the name back in the value. Yeah. Exactly, Jay. That's true. No, it was all about having a key. Sorry, I'm like trying to divide my attention between chat and solving the problem, but we got it. Right, because when you put this as a key, then it triggers the edit contact to render a completely new one with the new information. Right? Because it treats it, if it has a different key, it treats it as a completely separate component. Or, well, not a separate component, but a separate instance of the component, I should say. Good. All right. That's that one done. That was way more confusing than it needed to be. Let's see this one. All right. Challenge 4 out of 4. Submit a form without effects. This form component lets you send a message to a friend. When you submit the form, the show form state variable is set to false. Oh, yeah. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch sides on this guy. And then I'll put the app over here. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. There we go. All right. That's crazy. I knew keys were important for rendering, but not they had that much power. Yeah, I forgot about that. I technically wrote that down in my notes. Yeah, so I have it here. Like if you go into my notes, it says, instead of using the useEffect to reset the state of each component, you can pass a unique key to the component in the parent that's tied to its existence. Right? Like this is the key right here, literally. I don't even know if I can like highlight it, but I can like bold it, I guess. If you change the key or render the child component with a new key, a new instance of the component will be mounted to the new key. Yeah, this is what I missed. That I needed to. I forgot that I had written that down. But that was in my notes. So very cool. Anyway, see, we all learn something new each day. Triggers an event. Oh, geez. Okay. Scatterbrain. The show form state variable is set to false. This triggers an effect calling send message, which sends the message. You can see it in the console. After the message is sent, you see thank you dialog. So let's see. Okay. Your app's users are sending way too many messages. To make chatting a little bit more difficult, you've decided to show the thank you dialog first rather than the form. Change the show form state variable to initialize to false instead of true. Something in the logic is wrong. Okay, so let's change the show form to set to be default false, right? Where do we change that default? Right here. Okay. So then now, okay, we open chat, and we need the terminal too. I know the terminal's probably not visible with the face cam, but let's see. Sending message. Oh, but it sends a blank message. So what does it say? Change the show from as soon as you make the change, the console will show that an empty message was sent. Is that because of this? Oh, it's because I know why. It's because we're doing the. It's doing the disconnect reconnect thing with the useEffect, right? Because the useEffect, to test its functionality, it tests an unmount and a remount. So I wonder if I can do some sort of like ignore logic. Like where was it up here? Like let ignore is false. And then if ignore, then return. Like something like this. Right? So I wonder if this works. And then if show form and not ignore, then send message, return, ignore is true. And then that's it, I think. Right? Oh no, that didn't work. Return. Maybe I need to do it like this. I don't know. I think the logic's basically the same, but no, it still doesn't work. Why? Let's see. This might seem like a contradiction with the early examples. Maybe this is the wrong approach. Let's just see the hint. Should the message be sent because the user saw the thank you dialog, or is it the other way around? Oh. The thank you logic should be okay. Oh, set message here. Okay. So I don't actually need this logic now that I think about it. That wasn't the solution. After React, would you use Next.js? Maybe. I'm probably going to spend some time on front end though, Maya. So probably just more React. Just front end React projects. You forget even more each day? Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. Sorry, I feel kind of like off my ball today a little bit, or off the ball. What's the term? Okay, so this still works the same way. Okay, yeah. So what I need to do is, thanks for using our services. Where is that put here? Okay, so this is if not show form. Return this. Set show form is true on the on click, but then we send a message. So we want to send a message based on, what did it say? Should the message be sent because the user saw the thank you dialog? No. Should the message be sent because the user saw the thank you dialog? We should say show the thank you dialog because the user sent a message, right? Should be backwards. Off my game, off the wagon, off the ball, off my game. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I don't know. I just feel kind of like brain foggy today. You've been trying to find a recipe to use the ground beef I have for the past 45 minutes? Dang. Tonight I had baked tofu with some rice and mixed vegetables. That was my supper. So, you know, and it was leftover tofu too. So, I don't know. It's kind of lazy, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to take this break. Right, clear my head. I think I have to do something where I check for, instead of if not show form, I need to have some other logic in this if statement. Yeah, it was pretty good actually. I will admit. I just have to send a thing here. Can I do this like on? I'm trying to think about how I can actually do this. Oh, not that. Need to send a signature, but I'm too lazy to, burgers, meatloaf, nice. Could do that. Burgers is always a safe option, I would say. But it is effort. You could also just like ground the beef and then like, this is like really gross, but you could just like cook the ground beef, or even like tacos if you have extra taco shells. You could do tacos, or like maybe some like lettuce going around. I don't know. Tacos is always something. Or like even like a fajita or something. You know, I like Mexican food. Ooh, nice. Taco casserole, decent. Let's see. Can I just need a fuck? I don't want to sign up here. Just need to. Work with PDFs. Okay. Sorry, folks. I just have to figure out. I need to send a signature, but I don't like. I'm too lazy to get like a pen and paper and like take a picture of it. Can I do if I do black on white? I want it to be black on white. There we go. Got it. Now I can scan this probably. Oh wait, no. There we go. I think that maybe worked. All right. Good, good. Yeah. Okay, so instead of not show form, what would we want to put there? Don't know. Some other logic. All right, let's get back to it. Session 3. All right. So instead of not show form, thank you for using our services. This is the open chat button. Okay, blah 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 blah. But then we can't send the message on the useEffect. Or maybe we keep it like this. Then we send the message. when the button is clicked, right? So we would put it in the handle submit. So we don't even need the useEffect, I think, and then we can just put the message, send message in here. No? Or does that not work? Oh yeah. Test. Okay, well that worked. Okay. Yep, it's just a matter of putting the send message in the handle submit. Which makes sense, right? So that was pretty easy. I just couldn't like rub two brain cells together to think of that. Okay. All right. So that should be it for the challenges. Let's see if we like did this right. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. You just put it in the handle submit. Exactly. Delete the me submitting effect and move the send message call inside the handle submit. Okay. We did that right. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to go through this note here by our friend Dimitri, and then we are going to be done this lesson. So good. So let's look at this. How to solve the infinite loop of React.useEffect. UseEffect hook manages the side effects like fetching over the network, manipulating DOM directly, and starting ending timers. Requires time to familiarize and use correctly. So let's see. Pitfall you might experience when working with useEffect is the infinite loop of component renderings. But then, okay, but this doesn't have, this isn't listening to, but because there's no default dependencies, isn't it by default it listens to all of them? Or something? So let's see, value state variable holds the input value and the onChange event handler updates the value state when the user types into the input. Decide to update the count variable using useEffect hook every time the component re-renders. Right. After every re-rendering, do you expect any problems? Yes, because this would render on every, since the value is some sort of string, right? And it's through an input. Every time that a character is added or deleted from this value, the count will update. Right? Or even that. Even the demo shows the count state variable increases uncontrollably. Oh, is it because... Actually, why is that? Demo shows that the way useEffect is used generates an infinite loop of component re-renderings. Oh, because... Oh, okay. It's because it triggers itself to re-render, right? Yeah, okay. That's why. It triggers itself to re-render and then just goes on and on and on if there's no dependencies. Because you want to count to increment. Okay, so if given no dependencies, use the effects will run on every re-render, which will cause an infinite loop because effects, because depending on the effect, the state will update, triggering another re-render, so on. Important to define dependencies list for effects. Because you want your count to increment when the value changes, but like, yeah, that's good. Yes, then now it looks only at that value, which is what we want. Use a reference. An alternative solution is to use a reference to store a number of changes in the input. paste this in here. So the useRef is, I don't actually know what useRef is. I don't think we've technically learned it yet. Oh shit, it's gonna do that copy paste bullshit again. Just write it. Set the event handler on change. The count ref to current plus plus is exited. Okay. So the reference change does not trigger re-rendering. Yes. That makes sense. So there's no use effect here. So it'd just be something like this. So I guess I will write out the code. Except stripped with shit that I don't need. Const state, so we'll just say data, set data equals use state, something, like a string, const count ref equals use ref. Const on change. Set data to target.value and count ref current. Then I'll just copy this in here. Yo, what up, blueberries? Welcome in. Okay, so that should be fine. Oh, also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did get a new Obsidian theme. It's a little bit different. So I kind of like the look of it better this way. The colors of the code are a lot nicer. Yeah, no, blueberries, I hope you've been doing well, my friend. Just going through this final little lesson on this assignment, and then I'm going to start a new project, which is always exciting. So the infinite loop and new object references. Even if you set up the useEffect dependencies, still you have to be careful when using objects as dependencies. Be careful when using objects as dependencies. Been very busy past few days, exams, but I found I got to chill out. Nice. So are you done your exams yet? Or you probably still got a couple more, right? But no, I totally get you. It's a busy time of year for a lot of people. Hope the coding's going well. Yeah, it's going pretty well. I feel kind of brain foggy today because today was training day at work, and we did like 4 hours of training. So I was like, I'm training for this Microsoft certification. So like, I'm kind of like, yeah, feeling kind of tired a little bit. Those are my last midterms. Final. Oh, right. Little gap before finals. Right. I see. Those are your midterms. I got you. Yeah, no, in Canada, I think this week is when finals are over for most students. Like, I think my last final last year I wrote on the 24th or the 23rd. So that kind of sucks that it goes into May. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, our high schools go almost into July, so I guess that's what you get. At very end of June, our high school ends. May 12th is your last one. Got you. Yeah, so we're like a month ahead. Well, like 3 weeks ahead, I guess. Even if you say, okay, yeah. For example, following the count secrets component monitors the words that the user types into the input. Because if you're listening to the entire object, then if any attribute of that object changes, then I would imagine the useEffect changes, right? As soon as you type set secret, there's an infinite. The secret object is used as a dependency inside the side effect callback. As soon as the input value equals secret, the state updater function is called. Okay. As object updates in state, as updating state a component's state containing an object triggers a re-render which can snowball and cause an infinite loop. This is the objects creation and referential equality problem. It's wise to avoid objects as dependencies. Always use primitives as dependencies when possible. Can't even do object properties like objects.prop dependency. I had Claude build an Obsidian Vault for one of my math classes to study with, and it was kind of awesome. Nice, that's cool. Yeah, I don't use the links probably as much as I should have. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Gervier, how's it going, my friend? Welcome in. But not too much. I'm just finishing up this final useEffect lesson, and then I'm gonna start a new project. Probably after the. I'll probably finish this up and then start the new project, or at least set it up. It's that memory card project that I looked at before. So, no, it's pretty good. You know, can't complain. It's been a pretty fine week so far. Yeah, I like Obsidian just for the fact that it's like pretty markup. You know what I mean? Like I like that it renders markup pretty and stuff. I don't know. But yeah. Like I don't, yeah, again, I haven't used the, like my graph is pretty sparse as you can see because I don't use the linking as much as I should, but you can really get, I think the trouble is like figuring out where to link certain things, right? But and I also need to back mine up on the cloud. You know, it's gonna happen at some point. But okay, so this is good. Fixing the infinite loop requires changing the dependency to secret.value. Right. useEffect is the hook that executes callback. If you aren't careful with what side effect does, you might trigger an infinite loop. Another common recipe for infinite loops is when an object dependency, avoid using objects as dependencies. All right, I think this is like, that's pretty much it. Cool. That's pretty much the gist of that lesson. What is one question we asked? To know when to use an effect. What do we mean by lifting up state? That's pretty all easy. Lifting state to the parent. Is the data you want to change linked to an external source? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. All right. That's why it's so awesome, because you get all the benefits of empty files, like embedding code and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like I can embed this code, right? And it like looks beautiful. And it's all text-based. Like if I was using like Word or even like OneNote or something, like at work we have to use OneNote, which is a pain in the ass. I think it's called OneNote, isn't it? Oh, fucking, I don't remember. It's like the Microsoft Notes app. We have to use that for writing docs at work. So, you know, it's kind of shitty because you can't like do this, for example. Although we don't really use code much at work, so it's not a huge problem. All right, so now memory card. Let's get this project at the very least like set up. Let's make sure you understand the concepts so far. The main goal of this project is to implement the concepts learned so far by using hooks to manage and utilize state while fetching and using data from an external API. Okay. So we know the memory card game. I've demoed it before. It's essentially like it's not even a match 2 game. It's literally like memorize which cards you've already clicked on. It's more like Simon Says, except you're the one that dictates the sequence as you go. You were also planning to deploy your application for Vercel, but I finally deployed it on Railway. Nice. I've never heard of Railway, Gervier. I'm assuming that's another, like, hosting provider of some kind. Oh, Railway's pretty good. That's cool. I've also never heard of it. Okay, so you know what we can do is we can, let's create a new React project, or a GitHub repo to start. So I'll say Odin matching game. Simple matching, hard matching game built with React for the Odin project. Okay. Then I'll clone this into a directory. Would you mind checking out the website on GitHub if I send on Discord? Yeah, absolutely, Gervier. I'll check it out on the break. Shiny Hunters touch Vercel. Dang. Is that like a hacking group? But yeah, no, Gervier, if you send it to the stream chat on the Discord, I'll take a quick look at it on the break. Okay. So let's clone this guy into our folder. So we'll go to CD, the Odin Project, React, and then, oh, why is this on the whole folder? That shouldn't be on the whole folder. Why is there a Git project inside this whole folder? That's not good. I don't know why it's in the whole, like if I go to CD Odin CV builder. Yeah, okay, so I need to remove that Git connection to this whole fucking... I think I fucked that up when I was trying to do stuff. Shit. That's annoying. I'm gonna just git rm it. I don't really care. Oh wait, it's not git rm. Oh, it's git rm like this. Rf. I don't care. I have it fucking uploaded to GitHub anyway. I'll just rf the directory, of course. No path spec. Oh. Of this path. And then I can reclone it later. Jesus Christ. It's fine. But I want to remove the git log or whatever. Delete a git repository. Oh, okay. That works too. Cool. Yeah, Shiny's hacking group. Got you, got you. Yeah, I didn't want to have Git on my entire React folder. So I just, whatever. It's already on it's already backed up on GitHub anyway, so. Cool, cool. All right, let's make a new folder called matching game. And CD into it. And then we'll clone. Nice. Cloning, total 3 received. Oh, but that's like inside. Oh, Jesus Christ. It made a folder in a folder situation here. Shit. Let's see. MV, Odin matching game. To... can I remove the whole, move the whole directory? I'm just like stupid. Brain not working today. Do they give you assets for this project? No, but they give us a, what's it called? They give us an API to use. Like you can use anything from Jiffy to a Pokemon API. So we can do Pokemon. We can do Pokemon matching. Okay, so this should have worked now. And then we can, I think there's nothing inside of Odin matching game. Oh, but that's where the main is. Okay, shit. Damn it. I want to move this file up one. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Finder. Let's finder this ass. No more dicking around inside of, hold on. Go to this. The Odin Project, React, Odin matching game. Oh, can't be replaced by an item it contains. Son of a bitch. What if I rename this? There we go. That's what I want. There we go. Makes a directory if you clone it. Yeah, I forgot about that, blueberries. That's what I'm just like, my brain is like not working today. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I figured it out, we're good. And then we've got the README inside of there. So I'll just do first local commit. There we go. Oh, it's already, okay. It's already commit, it's already fine. Put another option to the stream chat. It's used for avatars. It's really customizable. Got you. Nice. I'll check that out on the break, Jay. All right. So then I want to code from here. So let's open that up. And I have to do it through here because reasons. There we go. Now I need to set up the React project, and I always forget the God forbidding command every time. Setting up React. I think it's just this. I think it's just npm create vite at latest, and then no folder just in here, and then template react.ts or react-ts. I think that works. Nice. Wait, what? Cannot, current directory is not empty. Ignore files and continue. Yes. There's just an npm or readme. Good. Cannot wait to sleep in tomorrow. Felt that I can barely think right now. Yeah. Exactly. I also didn't get a good sleep last night, which never helps either, so. Okay, so here's our React app. It's working, it's live. So let's just gut it. So let's just do nothing with the app. Just return null, right? Just get all this guy out of here. Index CSS. Oops. Clear that out. Main.css or app.css. Oh, you know what? I could also use Tailwind for this too. That's the other thing. I could experiment with Tailwind. I forgot about that. What was your progress 3 months back when you actually started streaming? Were you Node and other stuff? Oh, no, not at all, Gervier. I was basic HTML, CSS. I started right from the beginning. Like, I knew a little bit of HTML, CSS, but I wasn't, like, super familiar with it. Yeah, I'm gonna do Tailwind, guys. So I need to, let's do Tailwind. So let's go to the docs. And then we'll npm and we'll install it with npm there. I've made a lot of progress. Yeah, exactly. It's because I think the CSF you did. Yeah, exactly, Blueberries. That's why I did it. But yeah, no, I made a lot of progress, Gervier, because I already had the CS degree. So like I already knew how to code, right? So I could kind of like fast track a lot of it. Okay, I'll check out the link, Gervier. Just hold on one sec. You sent me the link. Yeah, you DM'd it, right? I think I got you. Yeah, okay, I'll check it out here. All right, no, that's the avatar styles. All right, I'll check that out from Jay. So that's good. I'll have that open. Let's check out. This is Gervier's site. So wait, what were you building again? Let me read what you mentioned. Blog application where you do. Okay, I don't know if you want me to read this out loud actually. Okay, so this is a blog application. So essentially, it's like a developer blog. That's pretty cool. Yeah, once you know the concept, switching language becomes very easy. Exactly. So this is pretty cool. So you've posted something here, the side door that changed how we trust the cloud. The one thing right off the bat that I would mention is this looks good. Don't get me wrong, the style's clean. But I would say for ease of reading, I think there's some rule. I forget exactly like what the guidelines are, but I think you're supposed to only have like however many characters it is wide or something, like roughly. So like maybe like center this and add some like thick margins on the sides or something. Try with full screen window, sure. Oh yeah, at least it's zoomed in now, okay. But yeah, I think my point's I think you can add some margins on either sides to make the text more like not as long, I guess. That would be my like one that's like a personal preference, right? That's just like a personal preference. 65 characters, thanks, Jay. I was gonna say 80, but I wasn't sure. That felt like too big. But this is cool. And then I'm assuming you've got like here's the mobile. Yeah, see like this mobile view looks fantastic, right? Like I really like this mobile view. And then like there should be a way to get back to the homepage, right? How do I get back to the homepage? Oh yeah, I guess you can just go back there. You should have like a button somewhere to go back to the homepage, maybe. Yeah, exactly. That's just AI slop. Yeah, fair. I did it with a custom scaling system using CSS to actually zoom the page. That's awesome, Gervier. That's cool. But yeah, no, again, I think it's just about centering the text. Because see, like this is a lot more readable, in my opinion, than having it all super wide like this, right? But if you do zoom this, like if I change the size of this, it does change, right? Like, so it's pretty cool. It does zoom in, which I kind of like. So I like that for sure. I mean, it kind of conflicts with my window manager a little bit, but no, that's neat. I'm just gonna bring that guy back over here. No, that's really cool. But I think it's still it looks like it's in the very beginning stages. So could you like theoretically post now? Like I'm not gonna do it, but you could, I guess, post. There's a technique called fluid type using CSS2, nice. Avatar styles. Is this I think the only reason is this an API? The only reason I mentioned the API, Jay, I think the exercise wants to use the API because it wants to practice using useEffect. So if this isn't an API, then I mean it would be good for any other case, but Unless it is. Oh yeah, it is an API. Okay, I'm dumb. Okay, got you. I thought it was similar to the the other one. What's it called? The icons. I thought it was like a library or something. Oh, that's fair, Groovier. That's fair. But no, it looks really great. As like, this is an awesome start, dude. Like I like it. Yeah, no, I don't know. I thought this was like the Lucide symbols or whatever. Okay. Let's just do a commit. Actually, wait. I'm gonna set up Tailwind too. And then you just import it, and then that's into the vite.config. And then import to your Tailwind CSS file, and then start build process. Okay, so let's try this. So let's set up Tailwind. So we'll install it, and then we will import it into our vite config. And then we need to use it as a plugin. Right, like that. Damn, about to do the Odin matching game as well. Nice Zist. Yo, some messages are not going through YouTube. I was just pasted on that Discord. Oh, I got you. Okay. On the styles page, they have different characters too. Nice. I'll check out the Discord. Just let me see. What did you put? Or wait. Oh, I had to go through workaround, reload the JS file. Okay. Here's the scaling logic. Sure. I'll check that out on the next break, Gervier. And then a 5-minute break went by quick. Actually, you know what? Fine. I'll pull it up right now. Here, hold on. I'll give it a quick check. This looks pretty clean. Let me zoom it in. Whoops. No. Yeah, crazy coincidence. Just finished with the CV builder. Nice. Yeah, my streams from the last, like, not yesterday, but the day before and the day before that, and a few streams like in the early 60s were me building the CV builder Zist. Last time you did a CSS Frenchly, the standard was Bootstrap. Nice. Yeah, Bootstrap's like super old, isn't it? This looks pretty good though. And this is okay, so this is TypeScript. This is super clean. And then you export styles dynamically. That's kind of cool. What's this make? So this makes CSS calc kind of returns a calc. That's cool. I like this. This is very clean. So it kind of dynamically creates styles that you apply to the page, which is really cool. Oh, I got you. Yeah, this is the helper right here, right? The helper function update CSS just says update page scaling. Right. This is the work const. This makes the calc string that you actually put in, right? That combined with the clamp property would be magic, yeah. Because then you could like clamp it so that it's like that fixed width. Yeah. Or is that what you're referring to? So that the text is kind of centered. No, it looks really cool though, man. Super clean TypeScript code. Import Tailwind CSS. I need to put this in index, right? So import. If I could spell properly, Jesus. So is that like all I need? I think so. And then I could just like kill the dev server and then just rerun it. Nice. Yeah, no worries, Gervier. Happy to take a look at your stuff. It would scale the text further based on the viewport size? Yeah. Got you. That's cool. All right, and I'll do a basic commit here. So git add. Project setup. There we go. Failed miserably the first time you tried to set up Tailwind. Did I update the Vite config? Yes, I did. I did update the Vite config. There's so many ways to do it, at least not in V3. It used to be more complicated. Maybe. I don't know. That was my first time doing it. I just literally followed the docs here. However, I think... Do I need to put this in the head of my index? Your framework might handle this for you. I might need to do this myself. Or maybe not. Wait, is this... Do I need to do this, guys? Do I need to put this in my HTML? I don't think so. I think... Is that not what the Vite config does? I don't know. Try adding Tailwind to a mono repo? No, you don't? Okay, I thought so. Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. Nice. And then I don't need this app.css either, right? Okay. Okay, so this is our app. So let's see. So I want to have a main. Let's do a components folder again. And then inside there, we will do a... So we'll have a board that contains cards, right? Or not a board, maybe like a... I guess it would be a board. I don't know. Oh, Jesus, this is all zoomed in now. Okay, there we go. You remove the app CSS import in your app.js. Here? In main.tsx. Yeah, it is. Import index.css. And then I can just put this here. Or do I even need index.css? I can just leave it like this. Doesn't really matter. I think this works though, because we've got index.css as an import on the main.tsx. But I could probably just import it directly as well. That's the other option. Okay. So let's just test this out. Oh wait, return bracket. Let's do like h1 title and then paragraph lorem. Whoops. Oh shit. There we go. I just want to see how to style this stuff. Just put this. Let's play around with Tailwind a little bit here. And it's just adding the class name, right? And then this should fix itself now. Oh, whoops. Why isn't it showing up? Are there no default styles? Maybe not. Yeah, that's all fine. The app TSX would be error because of line 1. Oh, yeah. True. You're right. Does Tailwind not show anything by default? Like, are there no default styles? I guess not. So let's try this out. Text 3XL font bold. Like, does this fix it? No. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, I'm stupid. Try loading the page. Okay, nice. Yeah, reloading. Got you. Cool. So then we've got, let's go to the docs. Core concepts. I can't speak. Okay, so I'll just have this doc open. All these docs open for reference, because I'm not gonna know what I'm doing. But that's nice. So we've got this working for us. So if I remove this, then it should have a default. Yeah, right, exactly. So it's by default, it's got no styles, right? Oops. There you go. Have you used NeoVim before? Would you consider leaving VS Code? I've heard of NeoVim. It's like Vim, but like extended, right? I think. Chrome tab. Oh yeah, sure. I can do that. How do you add to a... Move tab. Add tab to new group. Something like this. Ah, yeah. And then you can close that and open it. That's cool. Use NeoVim. Nice. Fill-in removes default styles. Yeah, I got you. Completely unstyled, but it is present. Yeah, that's cool. I just put this in here because I wanted to see what it looked like. So that's neat. So I was thinking about having maybe like some kind of board or something, like a board component, right? So we can do board.tsx, and then we can do function board, and then just export, right? And then we can import the board into here. And then we need to add the import to the board. Although that doesn't work. Board cannot be used as a JSX components type. Void is not valid. Oh, because I need to return something, right? There we go. Yeah, also like VS Code. I love the Vim motions. Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have the patience to, at least right now, to learn Vim shit. Like, I just can't. I would consider leaving VS Code like someday for sure, but I think for right now I don't mind using VS Code. I've also tried out the Z editor, but I find it just like not as I don't find the Z editor as capable as VS Code. I know it's faster and all that, but I like the capability and the extensibility of VS Code personally. I know it's like Microsoft, blah 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 blah, but I don't know. Maybe if I have more time, someday. And then I'll add like a footer, and then I'll just say like made by BenStack 2026 or something on the footer. And then this board is going to hold a bunch of cards, right? Vim is a double-edged sword. Like, you move through the code quick with motions, but the bad part is then there's no going back. Yeah, exactly. That's fair. Yeah, see, Blueberries, that's kind of how I feel right now, too. You know what I should also do is I should probably have, like, a rough... I should have a rough, like, project plan here. I'm just going to do a little project plan before I get too ahead of myself. So I'll go to projects, and then I'll add a new note for... what was this called? Memory matching. Even though it's not a matching game, it doesn't matter. I should have called it memory game, but whatever. It doesn't matching game, memory game. I could also make it a card matching game, but doesn't matter. Matching game. Okay, so what I need to-dos to implement, and then I need like, is this like, I'll zoom in a little further. Let's do checkboxes. So we'll say I need to board component that holds cards, card components that reference or that use the, what is this called again? Dice bear avatars API to get an image. You do 2 games, the foundation will be there even if you start with one first. Yeah, that's true. I could do 2 games. I could honestly make a matching game. Or something like that. But I'll do a clone of this to begin with. This is pretty easy. But okay. So let's see. Card components that use the dice bear avatars to get an image. And then it needs to hold state of cards and their, i.e. if it has been clicked, keeps track of score. Something like this. What is Dice Bear? I've never heard about it. It's a API to get avatars, little avatar symbols. Jay sent it in the Discord, which is pretty cool. So I can use them for my matching game, and then I can also make like a, I can make like an ideas here. So if I go, let me make this a little bigger. Ideas, and then I go like make user able to select different card types, i.e. different image sets or something like that, right? So you could do that. And then the state, that'll be important for the state management. And then I'll do for the board needs to keep track of list of cards with keys unique keys. A score and a theme. Images the cards contain. And then card needs to actually is clicked track is clicked Boolean or something like that. And then if we click a card, it has to when card clicked has to notify board parent if, you could even call it game, to be honest with you. I'm gonna call it game. Oh, you can use the UI libraries for stuff for Tailwind. Favors Daisy UI, nice. Headless library first, like Radix or Base UI before Shad CDN or Daisy UI. Okay, sure. I think I'm just gonna like stick with. I'm just gonna do this like vanilla. Like I'm not even gonna do any sort of UI library yet. Because I think I want to do one project where I just use Tailwind and then have those custom components. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's what I was going to do initially, right? Okay, so I think we have enough notes now to actually like get something going. Option-Shift-C. And then I'll get the code back up here. Yeah, no, absolutely, blueberries, 100%. I totally see the vision. Okay, so let me zoom this code in here because I had it a little smaller before. Okay, so this is good. Yeah. Maybe this is too far actually. Maybe I'll have it here. Let me know if the code screen's blurry or not. But it should be okay. This is a little too zoomed in for my liking. Okay, so what do I need? So I'm gonna rename this to game. Actually, because I think game is a better name. And just rename this to game. Nice. Why doesn't this import work? Export game. Components.game. Fuck. Do I need to reboot it? Maybe. I remember building dialogues and custom select before UI using the libraries in practice helped me understand so much. Yeah, exactly. Might have refreshed the TS server. Yeah, true. I wonder if, okay, I have a question actually. Does the TypeScript server run automatically when you use like React with TypeScript? Yeah, because it's Alt-Shift. There we go. Yeah, you're right. I guess it does run automatically. It does? Okay, good. Because I was running it in a separate terminal, like tsc watch, like manually, and I was like, I don't know if I actually need to do that. So that's good to know, though, for sure. You went straight into libs because you were high school and thought it would be fine. Yeah, that's fair, Blueberries. But again, as long as you learn and know what you're doing, right? That's the main thing. Okay, so let's set up a new card component here. Card.tsx, right? Okay, so we got our card and we got our game. And so now we have to have a list of cards, right? So we'll do const card list. Wait. And then we'll have a type for this, right? And I think I can just do an empty list, right? Import this. Cannot find name card. I need to import the type card. Because I can generate a type from this, right? There's a way of generating a type from that. I just forget exactly how. Or do I just need to import it? Maybe I just import it. It would be a function component type. You would use type of? Okay, I got you. So just like this. Then I need to import this. There we go. Nice. Okay, that works. Or would that be like would this be the right thing? I guess maybe. And then let's just get the cards like loading onto the thing, right? Actually, I can do. Are you tracking components or card data? You are smart. That is true. I could have a. That's actually good. That's a good point. I should make a custom interface with the card data, and then just track the card data. That would make a lot more sense. I am just brain slow today. So you are right. That is a good point. So I'll actually make that as a custom type. Yep. Can it be a type? I guess it could be a type too. Card props card type or something, and then I can do a key, and then the key will contain a string, I guess, and then the is clicked is a boolean. I think that's all I really need to store for now. Hi from Egypt. How's it going, Midu? Or Meadow? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, I appreciate the patience you guys have with me. So I'm gonna import the type of that, right? And then a array here. Then I need to initialize that to something as well. Wait, why doesn't this work? Oh. Okay. How's it going, Black Flag? Welcome, welcome. All right, we're about to take a break here. My mind is like melting. Okay. Not actually, but you know, it's just been it's been one of those days, you know, where it's like, I felt like I was like, okay, I'm like ready to stream, but like as soon as I started streaming, I'm like, my mind is like not working fast enough. Which speaking of which, I'm actually gonna run real quick and just fill up my water so I can like have a fresh water. Wait, that's not what I wanted. So I'll be right back. 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. What am I actually doing? I will let you know right now. I'm starting to build a memory card game. So I just gave you that command there. Also, if you want to learn a little bit about me, you can read my FAQ here. Just to get a little bit of an introduction as to who I am and what I do on the stream. But the TLDR is that I am teaching myself web development one day at a time, showing my process and having fun with chat and hanging out. Stuff like this. So just it's kind of like chill, you know. I kind of do work. I you know, chat helps me out sometimes. I don't totally discourage backseat coding, although I wouldn't really call it backseat coding. I'd call it more like collaborative coding more than anything else. And you know, so that's kind of what I do here. Sort of my thing. Can confirm, very chill stream. Appreciate that, blueberries. Oh, you're 15. You're just starting to learn? Got you. You're learning at the right age, my friend. You've got a long journey ahead of you. I'm 25 myself, so you're 10 years behind me. So you, but you'll be good, dude. Like, by the time you're my age, you'll be like, if you keep going, you'll be like the GOAT. So you're starting at the right age. I mean, it's never too late, but you know, starting at 15, starting the earlier the better, I guess, right? So he learns at 10x the rate of you and like 50x the rate of me. Yeah, that's fair, Tyler. Although, oh, please speak slowly. I'm sorry. This is an English stream though, Meadow, I will say. So, you know, I'm gonna speak like how I speak, I guess. It is an English stream. I mean, I think there was something I read, like the peak of your learning ability is like in your early 20s, early to mid 20s. Your peak brain power. So like technically I'm kind of at the end of my peak. I guess, kind of ish. Yo, bro, how's TypeScript? I'm probably going to try and learn it after memory card 2. I've actually been doing TypeScript Zist, or I don't know how you pronounce your name. Zist, I'm just saying Zist. But since I've been doing it since the JavaScript course, and I like it quite a bit. It's a more of a pain in the ass to get like to use because it kind of, you know, static typing is adds a bit of work and you have to think more about what data structures you're using, but it's also a good thing because it minimizes runtime errors and it gets you thinking about exactly what your data is doing and how it manifests in your project, right? And thinking about those things is really good just from an organizational perspective, so you understand, you know, this is what this type does and it's assigned to this data for this reason and it's got this exact structure. It kind of it's a good organizational tool, I would say. So I don't know. I like it. But you know. I find it funny that you're on the exact same project as me. That's cool. How long have you been at it, Zist? Because I've been at it for 3 months. It's taken me 3 months to get to get to this point. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to render a bunch of cards based on its key, right? So I can just return like, we'll just do like a key, right? And then we'll pass the key into its props here. Something. You learn some topics so you can understand a little bit. That's nice. You've been hella inconsistent, probably about 6 months on and off. That's fair, is this? I mean, I only do like 10 to 15. I only do, well, like 15 hours a week because I work a full-time 9 to 5 on top of learning on stream. So I only do like 15 hours a week myself. If you include the off-stream stuff, it might be like more like 20 hours a week. But that's like my current capacity just because like working 40 hours plus 20 hours, like that's as much as I think I can handle in my life currently. So, you know, I wish I could allocate more time to it, but you know, it is what it is, right? So I'm gonna render this stuff with I need like some sort of initialization function, which I wonder, can I do this? I wonder if I could like call and initialize, or maybe I can get some data somewhere. Like I could do const init card data, and then I can just do a list that contains these objects, right? So I can do key equals, actually I can just do a, I don't know. We could just do like a for loop or something. And some sort of function that returns this. Right. And then I could just do a for loop. Well, I just set like some arbitrary value. And then I can get a list. And I'll type it as yeah, it makes sense. What you have isn't wrong, but it might be better to rename key to ID and then use the ID for the key property. Oh, true. I got you. That's a good point. Wait, so then if I use ID here, does this not just... oh, but then I need to extend this with... where was the type I have here? So if I do ID here, then I don't need to pass the prop. But then how do I access this guy? You will have to pass it? Yeah, I thought maybe I might. But it would be the key. Although if I sign the key like this, if I did this, something like this, if I did key here, then could I not like pass it inside of, I haven't gotten to that point yet. May God be with you. I'm going to sleep. It's 3 a.m. Fair enough, Meadow. Appreciate you, man. I'm just generating this data here. So I'm just going to do, and then I'll do returns card type. Whoops. Just this. And then init card data dot append or dot push. And then I'll just do key is or ID. I'll just do it as a number, and then on or is clicked is false. And then return init card data. Something like that. You'll use key when you loop over the card list. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking, Jay. I had to get to that point. This is just an example. This isn't going to be the final thing. I'm just making this just so that I can see something on the screen, right? So when I do this, I can do card list.map card. Oh wait, why does this not work? What is the problem here? Card list is card type. What is the problem here? I just feel stupid here. Fragment? Ah, fragment. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh wait, I can't just... Ah, whatever. Always forget about the pesky fragment. Whoops. Okay. We got our fragment. And then we'll say, for our card, we'll say return card with the key is the card.id. And the isClicked is card.isClicked. Right? Right, and this is going to be bad because we don't have that coming in as a prop, right? Which you probably don't even need anyway. Probably don't even need to track that anyway. Why does this work? What? The fuck? Card was imported here. Is clicked. Import card. Wait, where did I import card? Import it. Oh, it's this. Something like this, right? Yeah, got it. What type is clicked? It's a Boolean type. Ah. Right. I might need to pass. You know what? Fuck it. I'll pass everything into here. So if I pass ID, and then this would just be the card type, which I actually probably should call card props, right? We should probably call this card props now that I think about it. Which is fine with me. What's the problem now? Property ID, oh yeah. What the hell happened there? What's the problem? Is clicked, ID. Wait, what? Then I'll say clicked, and then is clicked or something. Okay, nice. Cool. So there's our cards from 0 to 11. And then we should probably have them in some sort of format, right? So here's where the initial tailwind is going to come in, right? So we've got our cards, and then we should also make a return call to the parent to set add the key property on your card component on the game board to key. Oh, I got you. Would it not be also card.id? Would it also not be card.id here? Or key.id? What's key.id? Yeah, okay, cool. Got you. Nice. Then I don't, cause then you can't access. So if I get rid of this, do I even need that? And then I get key here. Oh, because it doesn't exist on the type. Bruh. Card.id, I mistyped. Yeah, I got you. So I got the ID passed into here. Okay, I'll just leave it. Doesn't matter. He's added your card when you loop over it. Got you. This, why is this working? Oh, right. Cool. Alright. So now, we need to add some styling to these cards, right? So, let's start out with that. So, we want to do a card with some sort of size, right? So we'll do some sizing. So I probably want to use the W value. Actually, you know what? I should probably make the outer container first. Right? So I'm going to do div. I should do a class name on this and make this a grid, right? Because I want a grid of cards, ideally. Right? And then I'm going to make this within its own fragment as well. Oops. Doesn't have to be, but I'm going to. Key is added to your... Yeah, got you. Okay, I think I read that already. So I'm going to do a grid on the parent container, right? Because we have this parent container. And we'll do the mobile styles first, right? So we have this parent container here. This div class. So I want to add a grid to this guy, right? So we should add a grid to this guy. So I need to do grids. Here we go. Grid, template columns. Use grid calls number. So we'll do grid. So we can do grid to initialize the grid, and then grid calls. We want like 3 columns. There we go. It's already, see how easy that is? Man, that's nice. Okay, so we have 3 columns, right? Which actually would probably works fine just for now. And then we probably want some gap, right? We would probably want some gap in here. We'll do like gap, so gap number is calc var spacing times value. Let's just do like gap 1. What does that do? So that gives us some gap here. That's like a no, probably. That's probably fine, right? I'm glad they were able to find more funding to keep it alive. They were in jeopardy recently. Oh shit. I didn't know it was a for-profit thing. I guess that makes sense. Let's do a gap of 2 maybe. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then now we can mess around with the styling of the card, right? So for the card, we can do a width and a height. So I want to do a height of something, right? So let's try like an H. Just want to see what this looks like. So that's too big, obviously. You're probably on Twitch or only both? I only stream to YouTube right now, Hing. I was streaming to YouTube, or I was dual streaming to Twitch and to YouTube, but I stopped because my internet couldn't handle it. You enjoy my content? I appreciate that. But I'm moving soon, so I'm gonna try dual streaming after I move. But I really appreciate that you enjoy my content, man. That's awesome. The revenue stream right now are templates and components you have to pay for. Ah, I got you. That makes sense. Height full. I honestly don't know what to make the height, to be real with you. We can do like, size, number. We want to make them squares. We could also just do, if we want to make them squares, we can just do a size. Size 80. Wait, that doesn't work, does it? It's like a little better. We want some padding on this external thing too. I think the game needs its own padding. Oops. Can the game not have a class name? What the hell? Wait, can the game not, what? How does it not have a class name? Am I stupid? I need to maybe superset. You not add class names to components? What is the aspect ratio of a playing card? Good thinking. I'm just playing around. Let's see. It looks like. Yeah, just give me a ratio number, bro. 5x7, maybe? Standard. 5x7? I could go with that. Although I feel like 2x3 is easier. 2.5 by 3.5, that's 5x7. Oh, it's custom components, you have to wire it up. Gotcha. Gotcha. So that would just be an imported thing. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it then. So what I might just do is I could hack this. And then I could just wrap this in a div. Like this, right? And then I could just add... This is just a cheat. So I'll add some padding to this. So we'll go to the padding reference. So like, we can just like choose a number, like P2. Might be not be enough. Nah, like 4 maybe. That's better. E8. Okay, 2.75. That's 5 by 7. It's 2.75. No. Well, what's the 2.75? Doesn't make sense. Oh, you saw it in the picture. It was 2. Oh, I see. I got you. I'm just slow. So it's 3.5 times 2.75. So that would be... God, I don't know. I can't quick math right now. Well, 6 by 7 would be 3 by 3.5. So it's like a little less. Between 5 and 5 over 7. It's between 5.7 and 6.7. Not for the meme. It'd be something in the middle of that. So it'd be 5.5 by 7, which is 11 by 14. That's the ratio. 11 by 14 seems ugly, though. I don't like that. Can I just do something easy? Is there a way of doing ratios with this, too? Like, if I go to size... Size fraction... Or I guess I just do width and height, respectively, right? So if I do the width as a fraction, it's under aspect. Got you. Thank you for that. Aspect ratio. Got you. Let's do aspect. Okay, so I can do aspect 3/2 on this guy. Because if I do 2/3, I guess. Which would be on the card. Wait. What? Does that not work? Or is it the wrong? Did I have it backwards? See the layout here, 366. Size 20. Is that messing it up? Oh, it's the size is messing it up. Got you. I want it 3/2. No. Oh, Saspect. Can't say. That was right. Ah, there we go. Got it. Figured it out. Nice. Okay, so these look decent, right? We've got our little cards, and then we can give it like a background, right? We can give it a background. Oh, and then there's like responsive modes and shit. That's the other thing we should probably figure out. Is dark mode stuff. So I'll just give it a background for now. I'll futz with the API shit later. Background should be in here somewhere. Background, color, BG. Okay, so I can just give it like a whatever color I want. Can you like include like a custom one? BG custom property. Ah, okay. Where do I define my color? Can you define variables in this? Surely not. Your CSS file, like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Got you. So I would just do like in like a root or something. That makes sense. Got you. So I'll just do like I'll just come up with a number. Something like this, right? BG call black. Why didn't that work? Is that not it? BG dash color black. You don't need the var, you put the root. Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's one of those nights. There we go. Got it. Alright, let's just change this to be like a 4 zeros and FF. Pick a blue color. There we go. There's our cards. Then maybe we'll add some border radius to them, which would be under border radius. Oh, and then you know what? We can do blue. Change this to blue. And then call alt blue. Will be another. I'm just going to implement one little thing here. Then I'll make this go a little darker when you hover over it. Something like this, right? And then we'll do hover BG call alt blue. Then we'll also add some wait, does this not? Shit. Need to probably use this, right? Whoops. What is the problem? Can I not use backticks in this? I guess maybe not. I want to do a multi-line here. Or do I have to do some, like, there's some, like, escape character bullshit I have to do, right? Yeah, like that, okay. Right. I recall that now. Okay, and then I can do, where's the border? Here it is, border radius. So I can just do rounded, small. Pretty nice. A little more than that. Rounded large, maybe. There we go. Then we can add some padding to this, right? So we can do like, dude, that is so easy. Oh my god. I will say, doing the CSS, like, manually was helpful. But that is so much easier. Like, for all those months that I was doing the CSS manually. But geez, that's like such a time save. Okay, so now we've got our cards, right? And then we'll have like a score underneath here or something. Right? And then we can put that as another div or whatever, you know? So that's cool. All right, so I think that's going to be, you'll style at lightning speed now? Yeah, exactly. No kidding. Now I get what all the hype's about. The hype is very warranted for this. Sorry you slept off. No worries, anime. I'm actually just about to end stream, I think. My brain is like cheese right now. You know, that's it for today, I think. But however, I'm going to next stream, you're going to want to tune in. It's not only because it's going to be stream day 69, but also because because I'm going to be implementing the useEffect with the API. So I'm actually going to save this to my, I think there was like, I have an API section in here somewhere, right? Yes, okay. I want to put it inside of, no, where was it? We're going to be using this API, right? So there we go. So now you should be able to see it. If I go to here and then APIs, it's perfect. All right. So this is probably, the APIs is probably not the best spot. Probably put it like outside of that file or something, but you know. All right. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you want to follow me on my journey, please feel free to subscribe. I go live 5 days a week. And if you also are inclined to know about the stream schedule and want to follow along with my community and chat with my community of over 120 people, you can feel free to join my Discord. Link is at the top of the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And we're going to get into finishing this memory card project. So I hope you guys, tune in for that, and I'll see you around.